Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to the video, and today we are here for another weather breakdown. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPC outlook for today, where we have a marginal risk of severe weather across portions of the East Coast, extending almost down to Wilmington back up to Virginia Beach. So let's go ahead and break down the threats that this brings. Now starting off with the tornado threat for today, we have a 2% risk of a tornado for Greenville, Jacksonville, New Bern, Kinston, Havelock, and areas around that in North Carolina, so look out for that. Damaging wind threat, we have a 5% risk of wind gusts of 60 miles an hour higher, once again, extending almost down to Wilmington, back up to Virginia Beach, so look out for that. Hail threat, we do not have a hail threat as of right now. Now, moving on to tomorrow, we do not have any marginal risks of severe weather, and moving on to Monday, we do not have any marginal risks of severe weather. So let's go ahead and move on to the National Hurricane Center, where we have Tropical Depression Sean, but we're going to break that down more later, and then we have a disturbance as a 90% chance to form the next 7 days and a 70% chance to form the next 48 hours. And this could be a strong hurricane, okay? This could get up to Category 2 or 3 status, potentially making landfall in the Lesser Antilles. So if you're in the Lesser Antilles, I'd really be looking out, because sometime within the next week or two, this definitely has the possibility to hit you guys as a strong hurricane. So we've really got to be watching this area right here. That's really the main focus for today, okay? This is a very bad tropical disturbance that we need to look out for. Eastern Pacific, we have a disturbance as a 70% chance to form the next 7 days, but luckily this is most likely just going to be a fish storm and not impact any land. Central Pacific, we do have a disturbance as a 10% chance to form the next 7 days, but it is not going to hit Hawaii, so we are fine. So moving on to the track for Sean here. Sean is currently a 35 mile per hour storm and will continue to head westward, most likely not being able to go far enough to bring showers to the Lesser Antilles. So that's good, and not any gusty winds either. So this is pretty much just going to be your classic fish storm that doesn't really do anything. Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. This is going to be for October 20th to the 24th. We have a huge area in the western U.S. that has a 70 to 80% chance to see above average temperatures there in the pink. That extends all the way from like the panhandle of Texas, even northwestern bits of it, all the way back up into Washington and anywhere in between. So it's going to feel like summer again in this region. All those frost advisories, freeze warnings are most likely going to go away once this huge heat wave comes in. And this will most likely be your last one before winter, as we're expected to see a lot more Arctic blasts come out from this region here as we enter an El Nino pattern. We do have an area there's a 40 to 50% chance to see below average temperatures down here in the southeast, extending from southern Florida back up into like even extreme southwestern bits of South Carolina there. So look out for that. It may start to feel like fall a little bit, and it will probably get rid of those heat advisories that you guys have down in southern Florida. And then we also have an area up here in the northeast that has a 50 to 60% chance to see above average temperatures there in the darkest color of orange, so look out for that. You're most likely not going to see any of the frost that you might have been seeing for the past few days. Now, moving on to the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, with this massive heat wave comes a massive drought. We have two areas that have a 40 to 50% chance to see below average precipitation from the 20th to the 24th. One of them is down here in the desert southwest, where the peak of our heat dome is. But the other one is going to be here for basically the central United States, extending all the way up into like Minnesota and Wisconsin, the upper Midwest, back all the way down to the border of Texas and Mexico. So it is going to be a pretty dry few days here from the 20th to the 24th in this region. And then we do have some scattered areas that might see above average precipitation, but other than that, it's pretty normal. 8 to 14 day outlooks here. We have our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. We have a pretty large area down here in the south central and southwestern U.S. that has a 50 to 60% chance to see above average temperatures. That's going to extend all the way from like extreme southwestern Mississippi there back over into the Four Corner states. So look out for that. Once again, it's most likely going to get rid of those frost advisories and freeze warnings that you've been dealing with. But as you can see, this is the heat wave that we had before that was going to be right here in the western U.S., but it's going to move off to the south and the east and weaken quite a bit once it gets to the central U.S. It will still be a heat dome, but not a major one. So that is the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. We have an area that has a 40 to 50% chance to see above average precipitation here, extending into extreme northwestern bits there of Colorado, and then going all the way back up into like central and east central Montana. So look out for that. And then we do have an area here, just kind of a general 33 to 40% chance to see below average precipitation here in the eastern U.S. So look out for that. Watches, warnings, and advisories here. We have some frost advisories and freeze warnings still here in portions of the Panhandle of Texas, the Panhandle of Oklahoma, and western Kansas, which is why I was saying this is most likely going to get rid of your frost advisories and freeze warnings, is because down here in the southern plains, you're getting some of them, freeze warnings. We could see temperatures down to 25 degrees tonight, but luckily it is going to heat up in this region after that. We do have a couple of frost advisories up here in southeast Idaho as well, so look out for that. And then some red flag warnings still in effect here for southwest Louisiana and the Pink, so don't be burning anything as fire conditions are very likely. But other than that, pretty calm right now. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And within the next few hours, we might start to see some action here in North Carolina and Virginia. And I'll be keeping an eye on that at home. And then I will update you guys on my YouTube community tab if anything major happens. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.